Today, something happened to me that genuinely stopped me in my tracks. I was sitting in a training session, and honestly, I went in expecting it will be, well, just another training, another PowerPoint and Teams, everyone turned their cameras on and just sitting there and just listening. But then one idea came up, one simple, almost throwaway point in the training, and it completely opened my mind. We are a labeling society. And I thought, wow, that's it. That's what we do, isn't it? So today I want to talk to you about something a little different. No complicated science, no fancy frameworks, just me speaking honestly to you about one of the most damaging habits a human being can have, and one of the most freeing things you can do to let go. Here is what we do as a human beings. The moment we see someone, our brain starts printing labels at a lightning speed. You see someone sitting quietly in a corner at a party and your brain prints sad. You see someone with their arms crossed and your brain prints angry. You see someone not smiling at work and your brain prints rude. We do this automatically. We don't even notice we're doing it. And here is the really wild part. We then treat people based entirely on the label we printed, not the actual human being standing in front of us. Yes, because clearly you have a hidden superpower that lets you read minds. You looked at someone for 3 seconds across a room and you now know the complete contents of their heart. Absolutely brilliant. Science should study you immediately, maybe. But in reality, you have absolutely no idea. That person sitting quietly might not be sad at all. They might have a massive headache. They might be low on energy. They might have just had a really long week. They might be a natural introvert who recharges by being still. They might be thinking about something totally wonderful. You simply do not know. Leo Tolstoy, in his beautiful book, A Calendar of Wisdom, wrote something that has stayed with me. He said, "We lost because we told ourselves we lost." The same logic applies here. We decide what someone is, and then we see only what we decided. We do not see the person, we see the label we already printed. Now, let's be fair to ourselves. Labeling is a natural thing that happened to us. Most of the time, it comes from our own past experiences. If you once had a friend who went very quiet before they got really angry, your brain filed that away. Now, every time someone goes quiet, your brain helpfully reminds you, danger, quiet person, prepare for explosion. But here is the problem. That lesson belongs to one person, in one situation, in one moment in time. It does not belong to every quiet person in universe for the rest of your life. We take one experience, one chapter from one person's story, and we paste it onto every single person we meet who shows even one similar trait. That is not wisdom. That is lazy thinking dressed up in intuition. A child who was once bitten by a small brown dog does not get to decide that all small brown dogs are dangerous. But emotionally, that is exactly what most of us do with people every single day. Now I want to shift gears because this video is not just about other people. It is also about you. Think about how many labels you have accepted about yourself. Someone once told you that you were too sensitive, label printed. A teacher once said you were not a maths person, label printed. Someone walked past you without smiling and you thought, they must not like me, label printed, framed and hung on the wall of your mind. Your life is so precious, far too precious to be shrunk down by labels, but the ones you give to others and the ones that you have accepted about yourself. Here is what I want you to hear today. With completely open ears and eyes, you are in a better position than you think. Every single day is a new page. You do not have to carry the labels from last year, last month, or even yesterday. Tolstoy also wrote, "There is only one time that is important. Now." It is the most important time because it is the only time when we have any power. Not yesterday when that label was created. Right now, in this moment, you have the power to stop printing labels. So, what can we do about it? It is very simple. Before you print the label, ask a question. Instead of deciding someone is angry, ask, "Are you okay today?" Instead of deciding someone is rude, ask, "Is this a good time to talk?" Instead of deciding someone does not like you, just say, "Hey, how are you doing?" You will be absolutely amazed by what happens when you swap assumptions for curiosity. Walls come down, real conversation happens, real human connections form, and sometimes you will discover that the other person you thought was rude was actually going through the hardest week of their entire life, and your one small question completely changed their day. Or of course, you could just keep quietly deciding what everyone around you is thinking and feeling based on zero actual information. That is also an option. It just isn't a very good one, I believe. I want to close with something personal. I went to that training expecting to learn about rules and procedures, and I did. But the thing that hit me hardest was this one simple idea about labels. Because when I thought about it honestly, I realized that labeling others is often how we avoid seeing ourselves clearly. When we are quick to judge, we are usually slow to grow. The greatest thing you can do today is to be curious, not certain. Be open, not closed. Be kind, not quick. Your life is so precious. Your perspective matters, and the people around you, every single one of them, are carrying a story you have never fully heard. Stop printing labels. Start asking the questions. Because the most interesting, most human, and most powerful thing you can ever do is look at another person and say, "Tell me more." This one was a little different today, and I hope you felt that. If it made you think, share it with one person in your life who needs to hear it. Thank you for your time today. See you in the next one.